Hey guys, and welcome back to another Arma 3 video. I've been noticing an absolute shitload of new single player scenarios hitting the workshop lately, and I know there's a massive amount of my following that sticks to primarily playing Arma 3 in single player form, so I've taken a look at some of the best to hit the workshop in the last couple months. I'm constantly blown away with the creativity of this community and the amount of hours poured into creating these amazing experiences. If you've tried your hand at mission making within the editor, you know how much of a challenge it can be, but the possibilities this engine allows are still being revealed even to this day. If you've been playing some scenarios that I didn't happen to mention in this list and you feel they deserve a place in the spotlight, throw it in a comment section down below so I can take a look and so others can get in on that action as well. So with that, let's get right into my picks for the top 5 single player scenarios of November 2022. At number 5 is Temporary Extreme by Black Fox. I don't know if I was hiding under a rock or what, but it seemed like Black Fox came out of absolute nowhere and dumped mission after mission on us. After playing a couple of them and looking at the reviews and ratings across all of his scenarios, it's not hard to see why they're getting such high praise. These missions are beautifully constructed and are a ton of fun. Ranging from 10 to 30 minutes in length, his missions are primarily set in the 2035 setting and don't require any mods to get working. In Temporary Extreme, you have the option of playing as an AAF anti-armor infantryman, a light machine gunner, or the commander of an AWC 304 NIX. The mission itself uses procedural generation, which means each playthrough will be different. The mission says it's a simple assault on an unknown force of militia insurgents. With an awesome scripted infill via helicopter, the mission starts by showcasing the combined arms element that Arma 3 is most known for. This one will take you anywhere from about 8 to 15 minutes to complete and was a ton of fun to play through. I'm going to be diving into all of his missions because I feel like Christmas came a little early this year. At number 4 is AAF Stories The Deserter by Mortarius Hunter. Hunter has also been churning out some incredible single-player scenarios, one of his most notable being No Man's Land and Fight for the City. His attention to detail is incredible and really draws you into the setting with that immersive detailing. In AAF Stories, you are one of the last remaining elite AAF squads on the island before the end of the conflict. While NATO is drawing in and CSAT is busy worrying about the secretive Eastwind device, your unit decides to make one final strike against FIA insurgents and the deserting officer who betrayed them. The mission is a stealthy night operation and will take you about 15-25 minutes to complete. I really love the attention AAF forces are getting in single player scenarios now, as it feels like it was primarily NATO and CSAT getting all the attention. When I first played the Eastwind campaign, I had a soft spot for the AAF, as many of them just wanted to serve their country and make their home a better place, but a few corrupt leaders in key positions made their sacrifices in war all for nothing. At number 3 is Helicopter Missions Logistics Tanoa by Anzac SAS Steven. Now, this man not only creates some of the best mechanics mods you'll find anywhere, but he also dabbles in mission making and creating super immersive experiences with voice actors included. Sometimes the more simplified missions are the best fit for a single player experience, and Steven's missions revolve a lot around logistics. In this mission, you'll be picking up cargo and troops and ferrying them around the battlefield while listening to voice commands from the commander as well as the ATC tower. You might even recognize a familiar voice in these missions, who knows? One of the greatest parts of Steven's missions are that you can spawn in whatever modded aircraft you have loaded when you started Arma. You just need to make sure that the aircraft you choose is right for the mission. For example, no sense in taking an attack helicopter when you need to transport troops and cargo. He's been hard at it making multiple versions of these missions for all types of terrains, both vanilla and modded, so head over to his workshop page and see what he's got waiting for you. At number 2, we've got The Best of Advice by Black Fox. Another incredible mission by Black Fox. I'm just thoroughly enjoying these new single player scenarios he's been loading up. This one will take about 10 to 20 minutes to complete and sees you as a NATO combat advisor attached to an AAF unit hunting down FIA insurgents who are running guns and ammunition on HOTAS. Your mission is to hunt these insurgent groups and destroy the weapon caches at all costs. Again, this mission, like all of his missions, are procedurally generated, so every playthrough will be different. That includes enemy placement, weapons and gear, as well as the locations of enemy caches. If you're wanting some phenomenal scenario set in the 2035 timeline, then you need to be grabbing every single one of Black Fox's missions. And at number 1 we got After Eastwind Up and Gone by Hunger. After Eastwind has a special place in my heart, as it's not only one of my favorite factions mods, but it's one of the best continuations of community-made Arma 3 lore you can find anywhere. I see After Eastwind, I click download, it's that simple. In Up and Gone, you're a member of Task Force Nike, a Greek QRF force sent in to quell a second possible uprising in Altus. Aegon forces have begun conducting new operations and harassing the UN peacekeepers operating under Untophias, who were jointly in charge of drawing down the AAF forces and training the new Altus army at the same time. However, it was discovered that the drawdown was not going as planned, and that insurgent forces were simply holding NAA patrols at gunpoint and disarming them on the spot. After some time, the peacekeeping forces became more of a nuisance to the locals who were exhausted from years of war. Task Force Nike was sent in to assist Untophias and eliminate the bolstering insurgent forces before the fires of war once again spread across Altus. This mission is quite a lengthy one at about 40 minutes and will demand quite a bit from your machine as it has a lot going on, but it is well worth a few less frames per second. Well guys, that's all I've got for this video. I hope you give a couple of these scenarios a look if you've not had a chance to yet. Mission making is some of the most tedious and challenging things you can do with the editor, but when it works, it's a beautiful thing. Mods and everything are amazing, but if there's no structured story or immersive missions to play them with, then you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle, and mission makers are that piece. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons for sticking by me and helping me keep my Discord and Arma 3 server lights on, and for just generally being sexy ass individuals. And as always, I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Again, make sure you comment some scenarios you've been enjoying down below so we can all share these experiences together. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.